So, before all the whiners start saying something about like, "Oh, I enjoyed the game, you freaking gooner, you incel," I'm glad you enjoyed the game. I'm glad you did. But for the people who played the game and didn't enjoy it, let me know why you didn't enjoy it. Because apparently this game is doing worse, at least on Steam, which is a very good indicator of how well a game is doing. Because remember, Dragon Age the Veilguard failed. It was on multiple platforms and it failed. So Steam, more people are switching to online, PC gaming. But Doom, the Dark Ages, fails to achieve even half the peak concurrent players of Dragon Age the Veilguard. Doom, the Dark Ages only managed to obtain a peak concurrent player count of just 30,000 in its first day of release, less than half of what Dragon Age the Veilguard did back at the end of October. As noted by SteamDB, Doom: The Dark Ages only had a hit a peak concurrent player count of just 30,000 on its first day of release. That was only good enough for 60th on the Steam DB's most played games list, sorted by 24-hour peak. The game was beat by Stellaris, Palworld, Ark Survival Evolved, and 7 Days to Die. In fact, it just barely beat games like Cyberpunk 2077, which released in 2020, and Monster Hunter World, which came out in 2018. So here's Dragon Age the Veilguard, all-time peak, 89,000. And that was the first day, really. That was the first day. And then people just stopped caring because it's a terrible game. But Steam is a very, very good indicator. I don't care. People say, oh, it's not just on Steam, you fat fuck. Yeah, we know it's not on just Steam. Dragon Age the Veilguard wasn't just on Steam, and it was a failure of a game. Okay? We know that it's on other platforms, but Steam is a very, very good indicator of how well a game is doing. When you have something like Monster Hunter Wilds, where in the first couple of hours you have over like 2 million players, yeah, that's an indication of a very good game. If you have something like this, that's 89,000 people worldwide, around the world, not in a state or not in a town, not a county, not a state, no, worldwide. Only that many people, along with whoever played it on whatever consoles it's on. I mean, we just talked about Assassin's Creed, where we finally have some idea of the numbers of copies sold. It's pathetic. It's pathetic. But Steam is a very good indicator of how good a game is or how well it's doing. Furthermore, its peak concurrent player was less than half of what BioWare's Dragon Age Veilguard achieved on its first day. So yeah, which was 70,000. This number, yeah, it was over the the weekend or something, and people were like, it's not going to get much higher than that. People were like, oh, it's going to break like 150,000. Like, no, it's not. We were saying, I think even I said it's probably going to be maybe 90K, maybe, and that's being nice. No, it didn't even get to 90K. It's like just shy of 90K. But BioWare's partner company EA eventually revealed that Veilguard missed sales expectations by nearly 50%. EA said that in a press release, Dragon Age engaged approximately 1.5 million players during the quarter, down nearly 50% from the company's expectations. Doomguard. We're not playing WoW, John. Doom: The Dark Ages. I'm following. I combined Doom and Dragon Age the Veilguard to make a Doomguard. Well, now we know where the Doom Guards in World of Warcraft come from. From a crossover. Doom the Dark Ages does not appear that it will best the previous entry in the franchise either. Doom Eternal, which released to Steam in 2020, hit an all-time peak concurrent player count of 104,000, or really 105,000. We'll just be nice and round up. It hit that all-time peak on its release date of March 20th, 2020. Nice. Even the 2016 Doom title had a higher peak on its release date. It had peak concurrent of 44,000, which still not that much, but I mean, just look at the falls. Just like it peaks and then woof, peaks and then woof. Like even when it was current, it's just woof. And this is more like a roller coaster, but still not peaking past this anymore. You can see right there, it's 20K, like a little past 20K. And then you have whoosh. So, as I've said, if you enjoyed the game, great. You liking the game doesn't make it a success. We get that it's on other platforms, but everyone will tell you that Steam is probably the best indicator of a game and how it's doing. When you have something like Pal World, or not just Pal World, but Monster Hunter Wilds, where you have just on Steam you have 2 million people playing it, or Black Myth Wukong, same thing, like 200 million or 2 million people playing it. Not only is that going to be a lot there, but you can guarantee that other, Xbox and PlayStation or whatever console it's on is also going to have a lot of players. That is a successful game. But having 30,000 people on Steam, and this is Doom. This isn't some unknown franchise. This isn't some random, obscure, hole in the wall that, by word of mouth. No, it's fucking Doom. It should not have just that many people playing it. So if it's this low on Steam, you can imagine it's low on the other consoles that it's released on. And of course, oh my god, it's a success. Yeah, you're just mad. Right. So when the company comes out and starts thanking people for this many players, like, oh my god, oh, we hit 3 million players. They're gonna pull an Ubisoft. They're gonna like, thank you for 3 million players. But then you find out that they only sold about 1.5 million copies or something. Because that's what happened with Ubisoft, with Assassin's Creed Shadows. They were saying, oh, thank you for 3 million players. And then you find out that the copies they sold were only about 2.5 million. And that 2.5 million, even I was even kind with it. I went back and said, well, what if everyone bought a deluxe edition, which is $90? Say everyone bought a deluxe edition. That would still only put them at about $286 million when the game costs $300, $400 million just to produce, and then even more money to market. So about $700 million total they would need to make. So that $286 million, nothing. They're not even close to even breaking even. I saw that they needed at least 10 million copies just to break even. 11 million to make some kind of profit. So when a company comes out and says, oh my god, guys, thank you so much for 3 million cajillion players. Yeah, that's because the game didn't sell well. It didn't sell well. Because the number of plays is logged differently than the number of copies sold. It's like, oh, every time someone logs in or this and that, so it can rack up those numbers real fast. Not so much when you have to buy a copy. But again, this is Doom. So this number should be big peepee number. It should be like 2 million. It should be up there right next to Black Myth Wukong and Monster Hunter Wilds and Power World. And it should be, oh my god, it's a big peepee number. It is so large. Women, you might need to stay away. Going to impregnate you. Men, it will make you feel so small and inadequate. That's what we should be seeing with this game. It's fucking Doom. This number right here is fucking pathetic. And if it's like this on Steam, I can only imagine how insignificant those numbers will be on whatever console, whether it be Xbox or PlayStation or whatever, what other console it's released on. I don't care. It's still not going to be as good. And why? Why is the game not selling so well? Why are people not playing it? What is in the game that people are not liking? That's what I want to know. And I've brought up nothing about saying, oh, well, I think it's this, I think it's that. Because I haven't played it. So if you've played it and you've disliked it, tell me, why did you dislike it? Are there messages there that really shouldn't be there? Is it the gameplay? Is it the story in general? What is it? What is the game? If you like the game, great. Good for you. But coming out and saying, oh, you're just a fat fucking incel, I love the game. Well, calling me a fat incel isn't going to make the game better or make other people like it, now is it? Calling me a fat incel is not proving your point. It just proves that you like to corporations. But if you liked it, great. I'm glad you liked it. Different strokes for different folks. Some people like I've said, some people in this fucking world like to get shit on during sex. Does that speak for the majority? So you liking this game doesn't mean other people do. Some people, I've said before, some people like pickles in their fucking soda. Some people are weird, but that doesn't speak for everyone. So you like the game. Great. I'm glad. I'm glad you liked it. But I'm more concerned about the people who didn't like it, because apparently a lot of people are not playing it. And as a game that's this franchise that's been around for ages now, again, it's not some niche unknown name game. It's not some Doom, what the hell is that? What the hell is that all about? No, you know what Doom is. You know what Doom is. It's been around forever. And to have a name like Doom this low on Steam when it should be doing numbers like Black Myth Wukong and Power World and Monster Hunter Wilds, like these huge in the like million kind of numbers. This is pathetic. It was the same thing with Dragon Age. It's not like Dragon Age is some unknown name. Assassin's Creed with Assassin's Creed Shadows. It's not some unknown name. It's not some unknown name by some unknown company. What is happening with gaming? What the fuck is happening with gaming? They're taking these amazing IPs, whether it be Dragon Age or Doom or Tomb Raider, and they're just destroying them. Again, if you've played the game and you like it, great. I'm more concerned about why people aren't playing it. Because it's fucking Doom. I can't overstate that. It's fucking Doom. One of the most badass games of all time, and on Steam, just 30,000 people. When again, Black Myth Wukong alone, like first day or so, over 1 or 2 million players. So, what's going on with gaming? Why can't we just have good games anymore? What is in this game that is repelling people to not want to play it? Anyway. You fat fucking incel. Yeah. Wow. Nice insult there, buddy. I'm sure it took you ages to think up. Also, Adam. Like, Grandpa, don't show me off. You're embarrassing me. I'm your grandpa. That's what I'm supposed to do. Anyway, that's gonna do it for me. You guys know the drill. I'll see you guys later. Bye, guys.